Assalamu alaikum, dear student. In today class, we will discuss about how to import CSV file into RStudio and how to make changes in that CSV file and how to visualize data from that CSV file in RStudio. So what is a CSV file? CSV file is a comma separated values. Comma separated values CSV file, it is a file format in which it is separated by commas. Okay. And how can we create this CSV file? We can create this CSV file very easily by Excel sheet with text file and many program we can make this CSV file. Okay. How we can create this CSV file in Excel sheet? For example, I have one file here. This is a test file and I open this file. Okay. You can see here this file, we have number of rows, we have number of columns, we have some data from a plant experiment. Okay. The first column, there are almost 30 rows which show the treatment, the number of treatment in this experiment. You can see here the number of columns. So the number of columns, the heading of column, it shows different parameters. For example, shoot length, shoot weight, root weight, chlorophyll, and flavonoid, sugar, etc. How to save this file as CSV file? You have to click this file, then you have to click this save as, and then you have to select the location where you want to save this file. Okay. So when you select the location, you will click here. Okay. Here you will come to this CSV comma delimited file. Okay. If you click this, so then it means that your file will be saved in as a CSV format. Okay. So I click here. Yes, I want to replace, and then my file save as CSV format. Okay. Now, how to import this file into RStudio? So before going to import, before going to discuss how to import the file, we need to discuss how to select a folder or a directory as a working directory. Now, what is a working directory? A working directory is that folder or that directory in which we have our own data set and we want to work on that data set and we want to export or we want to save our figures, our other analysis in that folder. Okay. Because whenever you want to import something to RStudio, you need to specify the location of that file. So for that specify the location, we need to set a working directory. So how you will select a working directory? To select a working directory, you should come here to this three dot. When you click this three dot, so this will open, it will show your computer. So now I will go to that folder where my data is. I will come to this R class and then 10th class, and here you can see that where I will open this folder. Okay. So when I open this folder, so it means this test.csv file inside that folder and inside that directory. Directory and folder, it is same things. Now, this is only I specify the location. Now I want to set this folder as a working directory. As a working directory mean that I am doing any work using this RStudio, it will be in that folder. Okay. So for that, you will click here more, and then you will come here, set as a working directory. So when I click here, so it means that this folder, 10th class, inside folder R class, and K, it is the drive. This folder I selected as working directory. Okay. I think this is clear. Now, how to import CSV file to RStudio? So for that one, import CSV file. Okay, so for that one, we have one command. That command is read.csv command. Okay, now I want, so if I want to import one file and I want to save that file in some container or some variable, so the name of that variable will be data. Okay, data, I want to store this file in data, so I will put this command read.csv. So if I just write the read, so the R Studio know that what do I need. Okay, so this I will click I read CSV. Now here you specify the name of the file. So what will the name of the file? The name of the file is this test CSV. Okay, so here I will put test dot CSV. Okay, so if I run this command, so you can see here that this file now in my RStudio. It means that your file has 30 observation and 17 variable. It means 30 rows and 17 columns. Okay, so now this file is in R. Now we can use this file for data analysis, for data visualization. This is one method to import CSV file into RStudio. Now, there is another method. In this method we are writing code. But there is another method in which we don't need to write any code. We will import this CSV file like we do in common programs, GUI program. So for that purpose, I will remove this file again from this RStudio. I will clear everything. The working directory we already selected. We need to come here to this import dataset. When you click this import dataset, there are multiple options, but we need this from text base. Okay, so when you click here, so this window will appear. Now in this window you need to select the file. Okay, so I will select the file, the test file. I want to open this in RStudio. Now if you click this file, now there are multiple options. The first option, heading. This heading has two options, yes and no. If your file has some heading, so it means you can click this yes. So when I click this yes, you can see here in this portion, you can preview the file that shoot length, root length, shoot width, these are the headings of my columns. Okay, but if I select this no, so now you can see V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, these are the column name. Okay, and this names, shoot length, these are like, you can say that the R consider is like, you can say data. So we don't need to do like this. We need, yes, our file has heading. So this will be okay. The second thing, that row name. Okay, so the row name, the first column is row name. The first column will be the treatment name. So for this one, automatic also is okay, but we need, yes, use the first column as row name. Okay, so if we click, so it will use this first column as row name. Okay, the second thing, that separated by comma, yes, this is comma separated file. If you have other files, so then you can do according to that. Okay, so I want to import this file. You will click this import button. So when you click this import button, again you can see here this 30 variable and 30 observation and 16 variable. Now, and previously we have 17 variable. Now we have 16 variable. Why? Because here the first column we consider as row names. Okay, now this is the file. You can say this is the first column, which is treatment name, and here you can see the parameters. So we need to close this. Okay, this is just a preview of the file. Now I will close this. Now we can do now the file again here in our RStudio, but this time the file name is test. Okay, so now we need to tell to the RStudio that test file actually is data file. Okay, so how to do that? So we will write here that data is equal to test. That test file is equal to data file. Okay, so now this test file I save as data file. Okay, now we need to check that what is inside this file and how many columns and how many rows inside that file. Okay, so for example, if I want to check this file that what is inside, so print command and then data. Okay, so if I print command and data command, you will see the file here that what is inside that file. It show the print command show that what is inside that file. Okay, now for example, if we want to just to know how many column and how many rows in this file, so for example, for print number of columns. Okay, so for that one we will use print command, print and then ncol. It means number of column. Okay, and then we need to specify our data file here. So data file is data. Okay, so when we click this, so it means we have 16 column in our data set, because this is a small example file, but whenever you are doing analysis, whenever you are doing some transcriptome analysis, genome analysis and some other type of analysis, so then you have thousands of rows, thousands of columns. So in that case you need to it will help, this command will help you. Okay, now for example, if I want to know the number of rows, that how many rows are there. Okay, so here print command and then I will rows, number of rows. Okay, and then again the data. Okay, so here if I run this, so it means that you have 30 rows in this data set. Okay, so this is how you can identify the number of rows and the number of column in your data. For example, if you have a larger data set and you want to know the minimum value, the maximum value of some specific parameters, you can do that very easily. For example, I want to show minimum shoot length, for example. So I will write here minimum. Okay, and then I will specify the data file. In this data file I need minimum value. So if I put the dollar sign, it means that in which column, in which parameter you want the minimum value. So I will select here the shoot length. I need the minimum value, the lowest value in shoot length. So if you click here, so it will show you here that 22.4 as the minimum shoot length value. Okay, the same you can do for other parameters. Okay, like for example, I will here the root length. So now you can see here that 18.3. Okay, sorry, this will be replaced by root. Okay, that's why it's replaced the previous one. This is shoot length and this is root length. So the minimum root is 18.3. The minimum shoot is 22.4. Okay, so by doing this, you can do anything. You can check minimum value, maximum value, median value, like many things, and you can the standard deviation in these things. Okay, Now, this is for CSV file. We can create uh, number of rows, we can create number of columns in this CSV file. But for that one, for example, if you want to create a number of column in a CSV file, for example, this is my file, and I want to create there a number of column here, for example, JA, jasmanic acid. So remember that for this JA, you need to fill all these things, because there will be some value for control, there will be some value for this treatment, for this treatment, for this treatment. So if you have all these values, you can fill inside RStudio, or you can also make changes here. Okay. So by using, you can add column, you can add rows to your data in this RStudio. Okay. So I don't want to discuss that here, that how to manipulate, how to edit CSV file, okay, in RStudio. But we today we will focus only that how to import CSV file and how to use that file in RStudio. Okay. So this is how we can import CSV file. For example, if I want to create a graph from this file, and if from this data set, and so how we can create, as you remember that we discussed previously about one package, ggplot package, that how we can use ggplot package for to visualize the data, to 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 show the data and to analyze the data. So this package ggplot, sorry, ggplot2, this is one package which is already installed in my computer, so I don't need to install it. But if you don't have this ggplot2 package, you can install, and for installation you can check our previous videos, that how to install different packages in R. Okay, so for this one I will just activate this package. Okay, so activate this package, there are also two options. The first option, that you will write library, okay, library, and then library you will write the name ggplot2, that I want to activate this package. Okay, so if you click here, so it means ggplot package is activated now. This is one method. The second method, if you want to activate this package, you can come here to this packages, and you can write here ggplot ggplot2. Okay, you can see here this package. So if you click here, so it means this package will be activated. Okay, if you deselect here, so this package will be deactivated. Okay, so we want to select this because we want to use this ggplot package. Okay, so remember that whenever you are working on some package and you want to use some package, so before that using that package, you should always see the documents of that package, that how the people use that package, and what are the that what are the option, what are the commands you can use to to make different things, to make different changes, and to visualize different graphs. Okay, so for that one you need to check the documentation of that ggplot2. Okay, but here I will use a very simple command, that how we can use ggplot to visualize the data. So you can see here in this Excel sheet that these are the treatment. Okay, the treatment name is names. Okay, this column name is name. This is the parameters, and this is also the treatment. So the first column is name, is the first column name is names. Okay, and this one is treatment. Okay, there is similar, like little difference between these treatment and these treatment. Okay, now I want to show this data in bar graph using ggplot package. Okay, so how we will do this? So remember that whenever you want to visualize or to plot the data, so for that you need to few things. What do you want to show on x-axis and what do you want to show on y-axis? These two things are important and you need to provide these two things to the RStudio. Okay, that uh, what do you want to show on x-axis and what do you want to show on y-axis? Okay. Okay, so if we want to show this data in ggplot, so what we will do, we will use ggplot command. For ggplot command, we will write ggplot. Okay, when we write ggplot, so for that we need now to specify the data. That the data is equal to data. Okay, data is equal to data. Okay, if we give another name to this data, so that will be here. Okay, for example, if I give this name that data df data frame is equal to data. Okay, that, so this, then we can replace that by df, because why? To make to if both name are data, so it will confuse you. Okay, so now the data frame, you can see here that another command we can use in ggplot is aes. Now what is aes? It mean aesthetic. Okay, and ggplot, it mean aesthetic. What is aesthetic? It is a function used to map data variable to visual properties of graph. For example, if we want to give color to the graph, if we want to give or specify the position of something to the graph, if we want to use some changes in the size of the graph, if we want to make some change in the shape of the graph, so we will use this command. Okay, so here in this case, what we will use? We will use the first thing, that x is equal to, on x-axis we will write treatment, that I want to show on x-axis the treatment. Then I will put comma here. Then y-axis will be, so we will pick here from this figure, I will pick here the shoot length. Okay, or you can pick here the ABA contents. Okay, so I will put here the ABA. Okay, so y-axis the ABA. Okay, then I will put comma here and then I will put fill mean that you want it show the color of the graph, like what type like it mean the legends. Whenever we are using uh, you can say we are using different programs like GraphPad, we are using Origin, we are using Microsoft Excel. So for that, whenever we are creating graphs, whenever we are visualizing graphs, so we need some legends which show that which make it easy for the reader that what different color means in this graph. So here I will also pick the treatment. Okay, then I will put plus sign here, the plus y, because it mean that this is the next thing is a part of this. Okay, the part of this script, part of this command. Then for this time we will create bar graph. So for bar graph you will write geom bar. It is the command used by this ggplot to create bar graph. And then here I will put here state and identity. Okay, okay, so if I run this command, you can see here now our data, we visualize the data. Which type of data? The ABA concentration in this graph. Okay, so if you want to increase the size of the graph, if you want to decrease the size of the graph, there are many functions and there are hundreds of options in ggplot library, but we don't want to discuss that here, because in this today lecture we will only focus on how to import CSV file into RStudio and how to plot that file, the data from that file. So if you click here in the zoom, so it will show you this. Okay, so this is the data. For example, here you can see on y-axis we have ABA and x-axis we have that treatment. Okay, so now if you want to save this graph, okay, from RStudio, so there are many ways, but the easiest way that you can click here export. So when you click the export, there are the first thing that you save as image as PNG format. The second thing you can save is PDF format. So if I click is PDF format, because in PDF you will get the high quality graph. So if you want to check your graph preview here, that how it look like, so you can click here, it is preview. So it will open like this. Okay, so these are not clear, the x-axis are not clear. So you can see you can increase the width of the file. Okay, so if we increase the width of the file, and then we can check that. Okay, now you can see here that it is clear now, not much clear, we can, but at least you can see it now clear. So this is the ABA concentration and these are the treatment. Okay, so now you want to save this graph, so you can see you can give any name like bar graph here, and then you can save it. Okay, so when you save it, so this graph will automatically save in your working directory. You can open here and you can check your graph, it is in high quality. Okay, so by this way you can plot data from a CSV file. For example, I will copy this code and I will put here. For example, I will put the shoot length. This time I will put the shoot length here, that I want to visualize the shoot length. Okay, so the same when you run the code, so the shoot length will be here. So you need to only write the code one time, and then you can just just make some changes in that code, and you can do all analysis in very short time. So I hope it will help you, and you now you can import your Excel CSV file into RStudio. And I think for today this is enough. And if you have any question, you can ask, you can also ask question in the comment section. And in the next class, I will discuss one package, and by which by using that package you can visualize data in R very easily. And it is especially for those students or for those people who don't want to write script. So inshallah we will discuss in the next class that how to create graphs in R like we are creating in Excel and Origin and GraphPad. So thank you very much.